Kaizer Chiefs are in panic mode as of right now. Well, not really right now, but after that loss to Milford, the panic buttons were pressed and they were going mad. But for you to understand why they are panicking again and why this is a habit, we need to take a journey back to 2020 when Gavin Hunt was coaching Kaizer Chiefs and was leading them to the finals of the CAF Champions League. That was the 2020-2021 season. And what was happening? Kaizer Chiefs were looking like they were not going to finish on the top 8. And because of that, they were like, it does not really matter that you are about to win as a star. What matters the most is the fact that we want to finish in the top 8 and lose in the quarterfinals. So they panicked. They fired Gavin Hunt, a coach who's known for being able to get positive results out of teams. He's done with the Vets, he's doing it with Super Sports. He's just a good coach, right? Even with the limited resources that he had at Kaizer Chiefs. So they fire him and they give Zwane to take over in the interim. But also they panic once again. They're like, oh no, we want Zwane to coach, but we don't trust him enough to actually coach in the finals, despite the fact that he was the one who was there in the semi-finals. So they fire him. Well, they not really fire him. They actually get another coach by the name of Stuart Baxter, and they make him take over and coach in the finals. And guess what? He loses that final. And then fast forward, he coaches, because remember, he was brought back from Odisha, a team that he got relegated or he put on a relegation battle. So it wasn't really a wise decision. It was just like, oh no, what can we do now? We don't know what to do. Let's get someone who has been here before. So it was Stuart Baxter. So they then see that he doesn't actually do the things that he's supposed to do. And after the loss to SuperSport of SuperSport United, then what do? They actually say, you know what, when I go. So Stuart Baxter goes as well. And now Arthur Zwane takes over for the remainder of the season. He gets them the top 8, which is something that they desire so much. So then they like, you know what? It seems like Zwane is top 8. And we love to be in the top 8. Let's come up with something that seems to be a plan for once. I mean, we've not been doing well since 2015-2016 season. So now, let's come up with a new idea and say Arthur Zwane has been groomed long enough. Arthur Zwane has gotten himself a UEFA Pro license now, or B or A, I forgot which one it is, but he's qualified enough to coach. So now, let's make him a coach. They give him a 3-year contract, they give him a technical team, they give him everyone to work with him, and he has 1 season, and they give him some players, but a lot of other positions are still wide open. And when he was trying to fix those things by playing Unjabulo Plum as a defensive midfielder, what does Chiefs do? They fail to renegotiate a contract with Unjabulo Plum. So then when a team from MLS comes calling, they know that if they don't sell Unjabulo Plum in December, then they are going to lose him for free in June. So they panic. They sell him. It was a good move, but they wouldn't have sold him if he still had a longer contract, or they wouldn't have sold him for a lower fee, because basically they were the ones who were against the ropes, because they just knew, Guti, if we don't sell this player, then he's leaving in any case in 6 months for free. So they sell him, and then the squad has more holes again. Now Zwane has to try and close the holes. Zwane submits a technical report. These are the players I want. These are the positions that are lacking, and the management sees those. But they look towards the end of the season. Zwane finishes 5th. They're like, yo, friends also threw things at Zwane. Guess what they do? They panic. They're like, nope, we cannot have Zwane. Let's get Nazruddin Nabi. And Nazruddin Nabi is like, you know what? I am clear. I want my own technical team. And Chiefs is like, nah, fam. That's not going to happen, because you, mister, cannot bring those people, because in our panic mode, we decided to give all these inexperienced people a 3-year contract. So now we can't just terminate their contracts. So we cannot give you that contract of your own people that you are bringing with to Chiefs. Nabi says, nope, I'm not doing this. And now Chiefs have made a decision, and it's now public knowledge that they are talking to Nazruddin Nabi and they're like, oh no, we're not getting Unapi. What do we do? They panic once again and they decide this time, let's find a way of selling them a story of Molefi. We will say he's been with the team. We will say that, oh no, he can manage the team and he's been with the technical team, so he's fine. So they sell us that story, and most of us did not believe that for a second. We're like, nah, Labantu Laba, they are lying to us. It's cap. We felt it. Molefi takes over. It doesn't go so well. They panic. They panic. They take Kevin Johnson. They replace him. They replace the coach with him. And then they see Kevin Johnson taking over and actually having a few good games. And it's leading towards the January transfer window. Then they're like, you know what? Kevin Johnson has coached teams in the PSL. So it might probably take us to the end of the season. So let's come up with a story to sell to the our people. The actual thing that is happening is that they wanted Kevin Johnson to audition and then make him a permanent coach by the end of the season, right? So then they spin it as if they are saying, hey, we are not actually trying to sneak in Kevin Johnson and make him a senior coach without you knowing, but we are making him hold down the fort so that when the new coach comes in, the team was not destabilized too much by firing 2 coaches in 1 season. But he comes back, he plays mad football, nonsensical football against Royal AM. And then he gets knocked out by Milford, a team that is 12th in the 2nd division. And you know what's happening right now? They are panicking because at this point, they don't know what to do. Because basically what you have done, you have said, hey, he's holding on until the end of the season. You have let go of an opportunity of signing someone in January because they had time. They could have gone October, November, interviewing coaches, December even, and then get that proper coach to come in and be with the team from the beginning of the year until we come back from CAF. That's a preseason, but they didn't do that. So now they're in a situation where they are panicking and looking for the next coach because they know that for Kevin Johnson, it's not going to end well. And if it continues like this, they know that they have to tell the fans, even if they don't fire Kevin Johnson, but they need to do a Barcelona, what is happening with Xavi at Barcelona. He has said that he's leaving at the end of the season. So Chiefs can do the same thing. As you know, Kevin Johnson is the interim coach, but we are already talking to someone, or we already have a coach who's in place. But the thing is, knowing that that thing's going to happen, if we lose to Swallows, right, that's a big problem enough. If we lose to Arrows, that's even worse. But even if we were to win these 2 other games and lose the derby again, 2 derbies in 1 season, and it's the same coach who's losing those derbies, what do you think is going to happen to Kevin Johnson? I do not condone violence, but I've seen how angry people are. People were cursing the whole day on Twitter, on the timeline. Like, people are just mad. People are angry. So Chiefs knows that they can feel that, they can see people cursing them on social media. And it's panic stations. The question is, what will they do? And if you were an advisor to Kaizer Chiefs, what would you tell them to do at this very moment? Comment below to let me know that. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, remember, equals Alpelumo.